What is going on? Good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is when you see this video. I just want to do this quick video on why I think it's important to set up the holding company as soon as possible, and the order that you need to do this stuff. Now, I am not a financial professional. I'm giving you my advice based on me being an entrepreneur, just like you guys are. So, this is what I recommend. A lot of people skip this step. They skip the side hustle step, and I don't know why. Um, in the past, I probably would have skipped it as well because that's how our minds work. We're just trying to get the hustle, you know. And let me tell you, if you have enough money up front to start this stuff, you can skip this stage. You could skip the side hustle stage only if you have your own funds, because money that you're going to put into your holding company has to come from somewhere. And this is not illegal. This is not money laundering. It's basically you just putting your own money in your company. And then over time, you will actually qualify for loans and grants and, you know. But in the past, I would have just set up a holding company purely just to get the grants and loans. But now I realize the side hustle is an important step because it takes you out of wondering, well, where am I going to get the money? I'm gonna give you an example of a simple side hustle that I don't know why more people just don't do, especially in this pandemic. I was renting a room from a lady. This was right before I came here. I was renting a room from a lady. I was still in the hustle stage because I had a failed business with the original China business. Long story, but I was to the point where I depleted all my. I even had business credit cards, everything. I lost it all. But this is like the comeback story. So I was in a room that I rented from a Puerto Rican lady. And this was probably my last 2 months there, because I had got my EIDL funds and I was on my way to start looking for a place. So I tell her, why don't you start cooking plates? Because she's like cooking for me and, rice, beans. You know how Puerto Ricans get down. They like to cook. I told her, why don't you start selling plates? She actually started selling plates. I don't know, I'm not going to say she made a lot of money, but if I were to guess, anywhere from $50 to $100 a day. That's a side hustle, guys. All she had to do was incorporate at that point, put those funds separate from her own funds. This is where the problem comes in. People want to commingle money and not set this stuff up properly. She was just, selling plates, putting the money in her regular personal account. If she set up just a LLC, owning that, and she know how to set up LLCs. That's the funny part about this lady. She's done it in the past. She set up LLCs, but for some reason she had the same mindset that I do to just put that money separate from your own money into your business account. And she would, by now, this was way before the pandemic, now that I think about it. So, no, this is after the pandemic. This was around about March, I want to say. She started doing this. And because a lot of people were buying plates from people because they didn't want to go out. It's when the pandemic really just got started. So she started selling plates. She's making money, but all she had to do was set up a holding company. I would have went right to the holding company with the plates. Set up a holding company. But later on, she could have set up an operating company and just call it whatever food. But I would have set up a basic holding company first. Put those funds in the holding company. You could do that. It's really just your management company. But you funnel that money in. Then later, when you're actually ready to set up your operating LLC under the holding company, whatever plates, you know what I mean? And then have those monies go to that LLC, and the LLC manages that company so that money can flow up to the holding company. What's the purpose of the holding company? Perfect example with plates. Technically, somebody can get food poisoning and all this other stuff. She should get some insurance eventually. Do it legitimate, and then her holding company would have protected her. Let's say they sue her, food poisoning in her operating account. This is all, speculating, God willing, nothing happens while you're building up this stuff. But later on, somebody gets food poisoning, they sue her. They can't take all her money because the bulk of her money flows up to her holding company, and then the holding company pays her. So you see, you really don't need a holding company. You could just go straight to an operating company, but it protects you, protects your money. If you see a lawsuit coming early enough, you can actually flow the money up to the holding company. It's totally legal. You don't want to do it last minute because it looks like you're trying to avoid paying out a lawsuit. But if you periodically, once a month, twice a month, flow money up to your holding company, keep a small percentage for operating costs for the operating company, this protects you. Now say you got a crazy new girlfriend, and you got her as an employee on your operating company. She does something crazy. It doesn't stop you from getting your money because it's in the holding company. This is why I like doing this stuff. And I'm going to continue doing this stuff and giving you guys this free game. One person had the nerve to say, well, how are we supposed to get this information from you if we can't contact you? If you pay attention to the videos, you're getting the game. At some point, all the information that's going to go into my holding company course that I'm going to put out is going to be on this channel. So if you just pay attention and listen, you will get the free game. You'll get the setup. Eventually, I'm going to tell you who I use for credit repair. Eventually, I'm going to tell you who I use to file my taxes. Just keep watching, and you will learn this stuff for free. Now, some people like packages. They want it all packaged up, laid out in line, so they don't have to search for what video is going to tell me what. That's smart. This is where the course comes in. I'm going to have it step by step. Intro. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. The setup as far as starting your side hustle. I'm going to go through and give you some side hustles you can start doing. From there, you set up your holding company or your operating company. I'm going to tell you in the way that I'm going to do stuff. So I'm saying holding company first, operating companies, and I'm also going to give you different reasons to have different operating companies, like a C Corp, as opposed to a partnership. You just got to follow along, follow the journey, and I'm going to lay out all this information so you don't have to talk to me on the phone. I do have a new cost I'm going to require to get me on the phone and chat. Links below. If you haven't already, get this personal trade line. It's $12,500. I'll have that listed below, and also Zintegrity if you want to know about the Black Table program. And I do offer services to set up your holding company, and it will be cheaper than Zintegrity's Black Table program, but I cannot guarantee how much corporate credit you're going to get. But I can guarantee you will get some if I walk you through the steps and help you set it up. I could probably almost guarantee at least 20 to 50,000, but you're likely to get way more if your time, patience, how you position your money, stuff like that. So if you want to hear more game for free, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll catch you in the next video.